Dear viewers, a warm welcome to the video lecture on reactive dyeing process. At the end of the video lecture, you will be able to state the purpose of reactive dyeing process, discuss the properties of reactive dyes, summarize the structure of dyes, enlighten the various chemical reactions takes place during the dyeing process. Finally, you will be able to describe the procedure involved in dyeing process. Now let us see introduction about reactive dyes. Reactive dyes are invented in the year 1954 by Ratte and Stephens at the Imperial Chemical Industries Dyestuff Division in United Kingdom. These dyes appeared commercially in the year 1956. Reactive dyes can be used to dye the cellulosic materials as well as wool and silk materials. Dyes chemically react with fibers and forming covalent bond between the dye and the fiber. Basically, there are three types of reactive dyes are available. One is monochlorotriazine dyes. It is called hot brand reactive dyes. Dichlorotriazine dyes. These dyes are called cold brand reactive dyes. And vinyl sulfone dyes, it has intermediate reactivity. The chemical structure of these dyes are displayed at the end of this slide. Please look at this slide. The chemical structures are displayed here. Now let us discuss about the properties of reactive dyes. Reactive dyes are cationic in nature. Reactive dyes are available in powder form, liquid form and paste form. During dyeing, the dyes form covalent bond between the dye and the fiber. See, basically reactive dyes are readily soluble in water. It has good washing fastness, rating between 5 and 4. Light fastness having the rating of 6 to 7. The dyes having very stable electron arrangement and can protect the degradation effect of ultraviolet rays. That is the reason why it has good light fastness. Reactive dye give brighter shades and has good rubbing fastness, rating between 4 and 5. Reactive dyes have good precipitation fastness. It has also rating between 4 and 5. Dyeing process is very easy. Why I am telling it is very easy? Because it requires less time and low temperature for dyeing. Reactive dyes are comparatively cheap with wet dyes. Reactive dye is represented as the notation RBX, where R is chromophore, B is bridging group and X is reactive system. When it reacts with the fiber F, it forms this type of bonding between the dye and the fiber. Wet fastness of the dyed materials, it depends upon the stability of the covalent bond between the dye and the fiber. Please look at the slide. These are all the structure of reactive dyes. First one is dichlorotriazine type of dyes. It requires low temperature and milder alkali for dyeing and fixation process. Please look at the figure. This is the chemical structure of the dichlorotriazine dyes. It has 2 chlorine group. Second one is monochlorotriazine dyes. It needs high temperature for dyeing and stronger alkali is needed for fixation process. These dyes are called hot brand reactive dyes. Please look at the figure. It has only one chlorine group, that is called monochlorotriazine dyes. The third one is monofluorotriazine dyes. It requires medium temperature and stronger alkali needed for fixation process. The chemical structure of the dye is also displayed here. Please look at the figure. This slide shows the reaction takes place between the reactive dye and the fiber. The reactivity of these dyes is due to the presence of chlorine atoms attached to the thiazine ring. When two chlorine atoms are present on to the dye molecules, one of the chlorine atom is so reactive that it reacts with the cellulose even at room temperature in the presence of an alkali. Hence, such reactive dyes are called cold brand reactive dyes. These already discussed in the previous slides. When one chlorine atoms are present onto the dye molecules, see, one chlorine atom is present in the dye stuff. It has good reactivity, whereas the reactivity of the dye decreases considerably and the dyeing has to be carried out at a little bit higher temperature, that is 65 to 80 degrees Celsius has to be maintained during the dyeing process. Then only the reaction takes place between the reactive dye and the fiber. Hence, these dyes are called hot brand reactive dyes. When vinyl sulfone atoms are present on the dye molecules, I already told you it has intermediate reactivity. That is, you have to maintain 70 degrees Celsius during the dyeing. So the temperature to be maintained is 70 degree during the dyeing process. It has intermediate reactivity. So mostly this dye is suitable for printing process, not for dyeing process. Please look at the figure how the fixation takes place or how the reactions takes place between the dye and the fiber in the presence of an alkali. See, please look at the chemical structure. This is a dichlorotriazine dyes. It reacts with the cellulose molecule in the presence of an alkali. So this is the covalent bond formation takes place between the dye and the fiber. See, simultaneously there are also another type of reaction takes place in the presence of an alkali, that is called hydrolyzed dye. So the dye reacts with hydroxyl group present in the cellulose. Simultaneously, the dye reacts with the hydroxyl group present in the water molecule. See, water molecule, what will happen? It ionizes H plus and OH minus. So a part of the dye, it reacts with the hydroxyl group present in the water molecule. Those dyes becomes hydrolyzed dye. It won't further react with the fiber. These dyes are called hydrolyzed dye. These dyes simply deposit on the surface of the material, then leads to the poor rubbing fastness of the material. See, these are all the dye reaction through nucleophilic substitution reactions takes place during the dyeing process. Please look at the figure. These are all the reactions takes place during the dyeing process between the reactive dye and the fiber. See, while maintaining alkaline condition, what will happen? The reactive dye, it start react with the hydroxyl group present in the cellulose molecule. It forms covalent bond. At the same time, the dye react with the hydroxyl group of water. This is already discussed in the previous slide. So it shows a hydrolyzed dye formation. So it won't further react with the fiber, it simply deposits on the surface of the fabric and leads to poor rubbing fastness. See, please look at the figure how the reactions takes place between the dye and the fiber is clearly mentioned in the slides. Here also the hydrolyzed dye, how it takes place during the dyeing process. Please look at the slide. This is the recipe followed for reactive dyeing process. Dye X grams per liter, shade depending upon the percentage what you need. Sodium chloride, it is used as an exhausting agent. Sodium carbonate, it is used as a fixing agent. Sequestering agent, it removes the hardness present in the water. The procedure: set with the substrate at room temperature with wetting agent and sequestering agent. Raise the temperature to 40 to 70 degrees Celsius at the rate of 1 to 3 degrees Celsius per minute. Continue for 60 minutes. Add salt and continue the dyeing for 60 minutes. Add alkali and run for 60 minutes. See, where the fixation takes place, while adding alkali, the dye reacts with the fiber and forming covalent bond. So this is very important step during the reactive dyeing process. Then cool down, rinse twice with hot water. The soaping has to be carried out at 60 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes to remove the loosely fixed dye on the surface of the material. Then rinse twice with hot water. So this is the procedure to be followed for reactive dyeing process. Now the summary of this lecture. So we have discussed about the purpose of reactive dyeing process, properties of reactive dyes, structure of the reactive dyes, then various chemical reactions takes place between the reactive dye and the fiber. We have also discussed about the procedure involved in reactive dyeing process. So thank you for watching the lecture. Thank you one and all.